Ben Bannatyne, you are president of Prologis Europe. Thank you for joining us on BiTV.
Thank you for having me.
Prologis Europe has invested a lot both in development and acquisition over the last few years, and this continues as you have launched 7 new building sites in Q2 2021 alone. How do you plan the integration of your assets into the urban fabric?
So yeah, we both develop a new product for our customers and we acquire existing income producing product, and we do that right across the 12 countries where we are active. In particular, in the last couple of years, part of that focus has moved to more urban areas, particularly London and Paris, which we would call sort of last touch markets. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is simply they are the biggest population centres where all the consumers are with the most money to spend. And our customers want to be as close as they can to the consumption end of the market. So we've targeted infill locations in London and in Paris. And clearly, when people think of logistics, they're thinking of big boxes outside of town and maybe not logistics or last mile facilities in the centre of Paris or the centre of London. So it's really important that we're able to integrate, those facilities within residential, retail, commercial areas. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges we have at the moment is working with the cities and the planners, how we can integrate logistics into the fabric of the city centres. So we're spending a lot of time and effort, both around what we can add to those surrounding areas in terms of amenities, how we can employ local people and train them, the whole issue around environmental and sustainability. So that's really a major focus for us at present, particularly when we're looking at these infill locations.
Okay, and you mentioned the necessity of going closer to the city and where the end customer is, and at the same time, access to development sites around the main cities is narrowing, both in France and across Europe. How can Prologis unlock land in markets with such high barriers?
So luckily, we've been in the market in Europe for 25 years and we've built up an expertise in terms of acquiring land. So we have a significant land bank across Europe, somewhere in the region of at least 2 to 3 years supply of new development we already have under control. So we have a team in every market on the ground looking for land, and we will continue to do that. But as you rightly said, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find greenfield land to develop. So we're employing a different skill set of people who can help us acquire brownfield, existing, older industrial estates, closer to city centres that we can repurpose. We've recently bought a retail park outside London that in the long term we plan to repurpose. We bought an out-of-town office park, again, near Heathrow, which we intend to repurpose. So we used to just buy a green field and build a big box. We have to be a lot more creative these days in order to provide our customers with the solutions they require. But it's really interesting work. You really have to understand how the urban how the cities are working, what the planners are looking for, what the local residents are looking for, what our customers are looking for. So there's a lot more to it than there used to be. We are really trying to provide our customers with a lot more than just, 4 walls and a roof. We're really looking for solutions that get them, as I say, closer to their customers, and help them with the sort of last mile delivery. And this has obviously all been, the majority of this has been driven by the rapid increase in e-commerce, which clearly is not going away. So
And you mentioned the local residents. One of the issues for developers, well, you can attest to it. I think is a local acceptance of the projects and let's say the fears that some of the local residents experience when they learn that logistics space is coming to be their neighbor. How do you facilitate the acceptation of logistics projects in urban spaces like you're doing?
I mean, clearly it's a big challenge. I don't think anyone wants a logistics facility next to their apartment or house, but I think they all want their deliveries within 1 hour, 2 hours, so this can't happen separately.
It's not in my backyard phenomenon, yeah.
Correct. If you want your Amazon package in, within 12 hours, you need a logistics facility somewhere. But we are trying to really integrate those within the fabric. So there's no reason why these can't be in a car park, underground. If it's a new building or a repurposed building, you can still use nice cladding like you would in an office building or a residential building. So architecturally, I think we can make it work. From a pure logistics and operational point of view, obviously we don't want big trucks coming into the city centre, and in fact most cities will not allow that with the sort of zero emission zones. So we're very focused on providing infrastructure for electric vans, electric bicycles, and trying to work a way to keep the vans off the street and within the facility or on top of the facility to minimize the impact that they're having on the surrounding environment. But we did a big study recently, and actually e-commerce is more sustainable and environmentally friendly than your traditional bricks and mortar retail. Mm-hmm. So we think we're doing the right thing, not just for our customers, but also for the environment. But it's sometimes a very difficult sell to local residents. But that's our job. We need to promote what we do and the benefits to the local community. Also providing amenities. Even in our large out-of-town parks, they tend to be surrounded by residential. Mm-hmm. So we've opened up the parks. We've put in sports facilities. We've put in outdoor art exhibitions. We've opened a training centre in one of our projects in the UK. So we're really trying to become part of the community and provide the community with some added benefits in addition to just jobs.
Yeah. Great. Well, sadly, that's all the time we have today, but thank you very much for this insight and for your time. And thank you all for joining us, and see you soon on BiTV.